Hello, and welcome again to the Game Garage. Here we are at Play HQ. I'm Sam. Good to see you. Let me get this music turned down a little bit here. Hope you're having a great Friday afternoon. I know I am. I'm excited to sit down and make some games. We've got a fun little activity planned for today's stream. I guess I might as well just go ahead and hop into it. Well, before I do that, Game Garage. This is the second time that we've done it now. I guess you would call this episode 1. Last week was just kind of a trial run, figuring it out, seeing if it's anything. And I think it was something. So for the time being, we're tentatively planning on continuing this segment. I think we like the Friday afternoon time slot. It's kind of a chill, relaxed, getting ready for the weekend kind of vibe. So that's cool. So yeah, look forward to more of these coming in the future. So today's stream, when I go ahead and hop on over to the garage scene. Today's stream, we're going to be doing something really cool. I see Travis is here. Travis is kind of a key part of this. I got an email from Travis. First of all, hi Travis. Thanks for tuning in. Glad you can make it. I got an email from Travis yesterday at some point, directing me towards this game, this card game that he had found. I'm not sure how he found it. You can give the story in the chat if you want here, Travis. But basically, it's like a early version of a combat card game. Think like Magic the Gathering or Pokemon or Yu-Gi-Oh! Or something like that. But it's from like the 70s, so it goes way back. And you play it with just a deck of standard playing cards, I think a standard deck, 48 cards. I think you take the jokers out or whatever. So it brings it down to like 48. But yeah, standard deck of playing cards, and each of the cards does like a different thing. Really, I should just show you. Let me pull up the little document here that kind of goes over the rules of it. My understanding is that it's sort of public domain at this point. There's not really... It's free. It's like any other card game that you would play with just a standard deck of cards. So like, hearts, spades, that sort of thing. Let me find this. I've got the rules linked in the description of the video here, as well as the Board Game Geek page, which it has a pretty good rating on, by the way. So yeah, here's the rules. As you can see, it's pretty simple. Each of the cards has like a thing that it does when you play it. You're playing cards either as points or as like actions, and sometimes as like players on your field. And the goal is to score 21 points, but of course, your opponent has ways of like stealing your points or taking them out or doing things like that. So anyway, it looks like a neat game. I haven't gotten a chance to play it yet, but I thought it would be cool today to sit down and sort of try to re-theme it. Now, what do I mean by re-theme? So the game obviously is played with just a standard deck of playing cards, and I think that's maybe its biggest downfall. It's got all this text that you have to like memorize for each of the cards. So obviously the next step is to put the text onto the cards themselves instead of having to reference a separate rules document to see what each of the cards does. But I wanted to take it one step further and maybe put some, graphics on the cards, give it a theme, give it like a visual style, and sort of show you behind the scenes what that process looks like for me here at Play. So without further ado, why don't we just kind of jump into it? Actually, I'm going to take a second to read through. Travis is saying some stuff here. Salute something military. Also, Magic the Gathering style could be cool as well. For the guy who made. Yep. Very cool. So, yeah, I'm not really sure what direction I'm going to go in with this. My default, as I think most gamers' defaults, is just sort of like a generic high fantasy Dungeons and Dragons type theme, which I think would work just fine for this. It does feel sort of like Magic the Gathering, and I think splashing that theme on there would make it feel even more like that. I'm open to other ideas, though. I was kind of thinking maybe we'd do a little brainstorming here at the top with the chat, see if you guys have any ideas. If not, we might just default to the high fantasy thing. It's not super important what the theme is. I just kind of wanted to give an example of, what that process looks like for me, and see what we can put together in a couple hours here. So, yeah, I see just 4 of us in the chat today, which is totally cool. But if any of you 4 guys, 5 guys, 5, nice. We're growing. Yeah, if anybody has any ideas that they'd like to see, go ahead and suggest them now. Travis says, another one is Advanced Wars. Yes, Advanced Wars. I assume you're talking about the Nintendo, the Game Boy game, which I'm very familiar with. Played a lot of Advanced Wars as a kid, and it definitely has like a cool, like war light style. Yeah. Big fan of Advanced Wars. We could go for that. Trying to think of how would the cards be like different units then? Uses the theme for a lot of P&P games. Interesting. I didn't know that. I'll have to look into that. It's definitely a theme I'm interested in. But yeah, what would the cards be then? Like different units, or like maybe cities that you're capturing or whatever. Or infantry. Okay, yeah. Royals or specialists. Okay. Yeah. Yeah, I could see that. Do we want to move in that direction? Do we want to just try to do that? I don't want to steal your idea here, Travis. I know that you were talking about maybe doing this yourself. Why don't we do something else? Let's let Travis. Travis, you can take care of this theme. And I think we're just going to go with something kind of generic. Generic high fantasy. Swordsmen and wizards and elves and stuff. Okay, you want me to... All right. That's cool. We'll do that one. We'll do the Advanced Wars theme. We'll see where we can get with that. I'm a little more confident in putting together a more basic high fantasy thing like that. But Super Auto Pets. Super Auto Pets is also a cool one. I'm surprised that we have Super Auto Pets enjoyers in our community here. But yeah, that's also a cool game. Let's try the Advanced Wars thing out. So, here's what I'm thinking. Let's get into Photoshop. This is like, I was messing around with some AI art generation thing at the start here, just sort of in preparation for today's show, which we will get into here shortly. But let's start with a new card. Yeah, that should be good. Standard playing card size card template here. Let's maybe think first about what is going to go on the cards. So I've got a spreadsheet here that I set up that is basically takes the Cuttle Rules and interprets them into, 48 unique cards. Actually, they're not unique. There's 4 suits. I have them as elements, but we're not going to even... I think as I'm going through this, the elements, or the suits on the cards don't actually even do anything. So we don't need suit information. Well, we'll leave it on there, but we're not going to use it on our cards probably. So yeah, there's the original card over here. There's the points that it scores. There's the type of card that it is, which I've sort of renamed. It had like persistent effects and then one-time use effects. So I just sort of shorthanded that to play and stay effects for our use here. And then, yeah, here's all the text that goes on the cards. So, let's bring this back over here. I'm going to pop the chat out as well so I can keep an eye on this as I'm working. There we go. Oh, you know what? We're gonna get some music going too. That's gonna be important. Let's see. Let's do. We're just gonna. You know, we'll hit the lo-fi today. Friday vibes, calm your mind, lo-fi hip hop. That sounds great. We'll go with that. How's that audio coming through? Hopefully that's not too loud. I'm gonna turn it down a little bit. I'm gonna have a feeling that's a little too loud. It seems like that's gonna be a good spot for it. Maybe a little lower. Yeah, right there. You guys let me know if that needs to go up or down at all. Okay, cool. So, where were we? Okay, I got my spreadsheet here. We're just going to sort of... Oh, the suits do matter, Travis says. They break ties on scuttles. Interesting. Interesting. Was not aware of this. Yeah, Travis, the the card breakdown, is this basically what you're talking about? I assume this is kind of what you're talking about, which I do already have. But if you have something to add to this, or that I don't have here, feel free to just email it to me real quick, and I'll see if it's something we want to implement. Okay, cool. At each card and what? Yeah, okay, cool. We'll move forward then. Thanks for being my co-pilot here today, Travis. Appreciate it. Yeah, so I guess we will have something to do with the suits then. Here's the thing though, is that I don't want to make... I would love to make just 13 or 12 different cards and copy them 4 times. So I might just do suits with like a little icon in the corner. Initially when I was putting the elements as suits or whatever, I was thinking that we'd do like individual art for each of the cards. But that seems like a lot to get done in an hour, so we're just gonna do 12 of them and work from there, I think. Power bar of 1 to 4. Okay. Well, are some of the suits... Okay. Yeah, I guess I wasn't... So some of the suits are just better than other suits. It's not like a wheel. It's just like a hierarchy. Okay. All right, we'll revisit this, but for now, let's just start mocking up a card real quick. So 7 of spades beats 7 of clubs. Does 7 of spades beat everything? Like all of the other 7s? Or is it like 7 spades beats clubs, clubs beats diamonds, diamonds beats hearts, hearts beats spades? Is it like that? Or is it like spades beats everything, then clubs, then hearts, then diamonds? Whatever, it doesn't really matter. I keep saying it doesn't matter. I keep coming back to it. We need to get creative here. We need to start mocking up this card. So we'll have like a space for the name up at the top. Oh, got my symbols font on. What's something military looking? Hauser, I think. Hauser's pretty good. Bump that up to 24. You have an advanced wars font? Where can I find this? If I just hop onto font and search advanced wars font, am I going to find it? Whatever. I like Hauser. We're gonna stick with Hauser. Okay, we gotta get going on this card here. So get the name. You're saying that it needs a power bar. I take that to mean that some suits are just like inherently stronger than all other suits. Maybe put that right below the name here. Let's turn some guides on. Yeah, stencil. We could do something stencil-y. I think I got a stencil-y font. Oh, come on. You got way too many fonts in here. Freshman could be good too. It's sort of more of a... Oh, Harvester is what I'm thinking of. Yeah, there we go. Hey, Paul. How's it going? Good to see you. Glad you could make it. How do I get rid of this? So the YouTube comments thing has like a little emoji icon that you can press to just like send hearts or smiley faces or whatever, but it's hovering right over the chat, like the last thing, so it makes it hard to see what the most recent thing in the chat is. So I'm reading Travis's thing here. I can see it now that he sent another thing with the little colon. All right. I think I get it. So I'm thinking like sort of a shape like this. Where's the pen tool? Where's the pen? There's the pen. So it'd be like 1 power, there'd be 2 power, this would be 3, 4, something like that. Put that right below the name, maybe. Oops. And we're frozen, okay. Hello? Oh no, Photoshop is frozen. Oh no, it's not. What am I talking about? All right, we're back. Cool, cool, cool. All right, so that's going to be the suit here. Now we need a spot for points. If it scores points, maybe that should be like a little, imagine like a little ribbon icon. Something like this. And then we obviously need a spot for the text at the bottom. And then I'm thinking at the top of the text box, it'll have like the type of card that it is. Like that. Get the corners a nice round. And white, black border. Bump that up. Why is that not? Okay, there it is. Yeah, that looks good. And then shrink that down a little bit. Like that. So we'll do like card text. Different font, obviously. This would be a good spot to have like a advanced words font or something. You know what? I've been liking Anybody lately. Font called Anybody. It's a little playful, but not too much so. And it's got tons and tons of options here. Let's go with light, maybe. Bump this down to 12. Let's take it off light. That's too light. How about just regular? How about bold condensed? Hello? Bold. Bold italic, bold. Is it condensed bold? Bold. Condensed thin. No, we don't want thin though, we want bold. Whatever, this looks fine actually. We'll leave it like that. Alright, and then we need card type. Actually, the bold italic looks good there. Let's change this back to the regular. Condensed regular. Yeah, that's good. And I think if it's condensed, we can actually bump it up a font to maybe 16. No, that's going to be too big. Whatever, this is just, we're still in Photoshop anyways. We're going to do this all again in InDesign. But anyways, that'll be the basic card layout. And then we'll have some art in the background here. Let's, I'm trying to think about what the next step here should be. Let's maybe get the InDesign template. I don't know why I even did this in Photoshop to start, actually, now that I think about it. We should have just started in InDesign. Oops. Oh well. Let's jump over to InDesign. Basically do all this again. But it's fine. This is a good, this will be a good starting point. So 2.5 by 3.5. And I've got this laid on a 8.5 by 11 sheet. A little bit different than we were doing last time. Last time the goal was to bring it into Tabletop Simulator. This time I'd actually like to print this out and play with it. So we're doing it on an 8.5 by 11. And it's going to be laid out in such a way that you could just print this out, cut the cards out, and play, which is pretty cool. So that's the card size. Give it a layer. Text layer. Gonna make a text background layer as well. And probably gonna need an image layer eventually. Alright, that should get us started. So let's start with the text. Need a box. Make sure we're editing this layer. I like the way that Hauser was looking, so we're going to stick with that. Card name. Center it. Bump the size up to 24. Just the size of this box. Something like that. That looks good. Now we're going to need some boxes for these power things. Although I did kind of like Travis's stars idea. And you know what? I think we could implement the stars onto this little banner icon that we're doing as well. So why don't we do it that way? So let's go okay, we're gonna make the banner icon, or the little ribbon metal icon later. But for now, we're just gonna have a spot for the number. I think that can also be in Hauser, probably. And that could be nice and big, 36 probably. And then we'll do some boxes for the stars. So there's 4 suits, there's a total of 4 stars possible. Oops. Come on, line up. Oh, come on. There it is. All right. Looks good. We might come back to that in a bit, but for now, we'll go with it. Now let's hop on our text background layer. Make a nice little box. I assume that we will probably end up making a different box for the text on these cards anyways, but we'll get started here. Oh, I was also going to give these cards a border, so that would actually probably be good to do right now as well. So let's go ahead and just make a border that's going to sit over the top of all of this. What do we think? Black border? That'll probably look nice. 6 point. Change the centering so that it's inside of our box. Let's go a little more. 10 point? 10 point's good. And you know what? We're also going to copy and paste that and then give this one a corner round. Something like that. Cool. So let's go ahead and lock this layer because we're not going to mess with that anymore. Bring this down. Oops, we can lock that layer as well. Move that more in like that. Bring this up a little bit. All right, we're cooking. So where are we? Okay, this is the text background. So we want that to be, we want the black stroke. We want the white fill. And again, like I was saying, I think we're probably gonna come in and make like a custom image for this at a later time, but this will get us going for now. Go ahead and round these corners too. That looks nice. And then copy and paste that and make the little type box up at the top there. All right, cool. So that's the text backgrounds. Now we're going to come onto the text layer and make an actual box that sits inside of that. The text will go into. And let's get some text in there. Go back. Anybody. Here we go. Now we've got all our options. So let's go maybe condensed medium. I think that's going to be good. Card text. Yeah. And I think this box is going to need to be a little bit taller so that we can go in. And put the type in here. Anybody? Let's do condensed bold italic, I think is what we had before. Yeah. Type. Very good. And take that up to 14. Should we give it a stroke? We're going to mess with this later anyways. We don't need to get too much into it right now. All right, cool. So here's the basic card layout. We just double check there's not anything else we're going to need to put on here. Let's go ahead and make a quick card. Let's pick the card with the longest text and just kind of make it real quick. So this is the... Well, no, let's pick one that has points. The Jack has the most text. But it's not going to have points associated with it. So let's do the 2. King has a lot. Yeah, I want to see the number up here, though. And it's going to be a play card. And what do they call the... They call them mechs, I think, in Advanced Wars. The guy with the bazooka. Yeah. All right, so let's here's basic card. Okay, no art yet. Mechanized infantry. Okay, I guess that would be the longer name. Don't know if we have room for that. Close enough. So I want to make this little banner icon next, but I also want to get into generating some art here as well. Which sounds more fun? Let's make the banner. Let's make the art, because that might inform what our banner is going to look like. Okay, so close this. Get back into this one. Okay, so yeah, Travis says he's excited for this part. This is going to be a fun part for sure. We are in Adobe Firefly right now. So we're going to be generating some AI art to go on these cards. Before I get into this, I want to talk a little bit about AI art in general and where I think it is. And I mean, there's a lot of conversation obviously going on right now about AI art and what it's going to be used for, and how it should be used, and what are the ethics around it, and yada yada yada. My perspective basically is that Adobe is, regardless of whether you think it's, unfair to artists or whatever, Adobe is like the industry standard of all creative applications. And so as soon as Adobe starts implementing AI art into their applications, that AI art will also become industry standard as far as, you know, what it's used for and that sort of thing. So as of right now, all of their stuff is still in beta and not available for commercial use. But I think that's probably going to change here pretty soon. But for the time being, we're going to stick with it as just concept art. Yeah, so I think it's a great tool, particularly for concept art and just getting images onto cards to at least have an idea of what it's going to look like eventually at some point down the line. And these are pretty cool. This is some stuff that I generated just earlier today. And man, can it do a lot. It is an incredible, incredible tool. So let's see if it can do Advanced Wars. In case you're not familiar with how this sort of thing works, it's text-to-image model, so you're just going to type in whatever you want at the bottom of the screen here. And there's a lot of different AI art generation tools out there. Adobe's has some unique features where you can tell it basically what style. I give it some guidelines for style and color and lighting and composition and that sort of thing. Not the most revolutionary set of tools that I've seen. I've worked with some models that have like negative prompts that you can give in addition to your prompt, where you can tell it what you don't want to see in the image. So that's really cool. I wish that Adobe's model had that, but the results here are pretty good. So we're going to stick with it. And it's also, we're going to try to stay all inside of Adobe today, just to kind of hit home on that industry standard point. Show that this is something that anybody in the creative space can do with the tools that they're already using. So let's think about what we want these cards to be. Okay, before we actually get into art, I know we just went on this big spiel about doing the art, but before we get into that, let's come back over here and give these cards some names so that we know what exactly it is we're going to be generating. So sticking with the Advanced Wars theme, 1 will probably be infantry, and 2 can be mech, and 3 can be we should probably be taking into account the text on the cards. Let's maybe make 3 the APC, and 4 can be discard some cards. Gosh, I'm gonna need to pull up like it's been a while since I played Advanced Wars. Let's pull up a Advanced Wars dual front units list. Dual strike, right? Not dual front. Okay, yeah. APC doesn't have an attack value? Yeah. Oh, different strengths of infantry. Oh, okay. Yeah. Well, I'm thinking about what the art for that is going to look like. I mean, in Advanced Wars, it's just pixel art. You know what? This can do pixel art. I haven't tried it yet, but let's give it a shot. Let's get rid of the concept art. Vibrant color, we don't need this either. Let's just do video game pixel military guy soldier. Video game military soldier pixel sprite. Should we say like low res? Let's just see what this gives us. I'm curious. Oh, interesting. All right. Let's refine. Let's say video game, chibi, military. Does that not know? Is it gonna know what chibi is? Maybe not. Maybe I should just say cartoon. Yeah. Replace with army. Yeah, that's a good idea. Cartoon, army, soldier, pixel, sprite. Green, uniform. Green color palette. You liked chibi, Travis? We'll give that a shot if this doesn't work. We're also going to add in low res because these are all pretty kind of too high res. We'll do both. We'll see if it knows what that is. You think get rid of sprite? Hold on, we're going to try this. Cartoon chibi army soldier. Yeah, low res. Oh yeah, you think it's reading sprite and thinks that it's... Yeah, maybe. We'll try it without sprite. Interesting. Okay, instead of low res, we're going to say 16-bit. No, it doesn't know what 16-bit is, really. Is that the same? Is it giving me some of the same things? I feel like it is. This is sort of close to what I want. Let's also say... isolated on white background. That's going to be helpful down the line. Yeah, I don't know. I'm not super loving the pixel art that we're getting here. Let's try 8-bit. We'll give this a few more tries. If we can't get anything, we might go back to the concept art style. Yeah, it feels like it's getting stuck. I mean, this is not too bad. Let's get rid of chibi. Yeah, number 1 is pretty good. We'll go ahead and download it. Just in case we want to come back to this. Let's get rid of chibi. Yeah, you want me to check this box, Paul? So I think that's going to mess with the style too much. We'll give it a shot. I think it's not going to know how to interpret pixel art and cartoon at the same time. But let's see. Okay, honestly, this is kind of cool. We're going to download this as well. We're gonna get rid of pixel art, and we're gonna see if we can get like a cool concept art photo. So let's say concept art Creation of a I don't want to say cartoon. Army soldier. I guess it should be Anne. Not that it cares. Of an army soldier unit. No, it's not going to know what to do with unit. Wearing green uniform on battlefield. Action pose. Dynamic action pose. Yeah, let's turn that off, turn this on. Change the composition to shot from below. I usually like how that turns out. Give it a shot. Can't load. Oh. Battlefield. Maybe is what it doesn't like. What were my prompts before? Yeah, I'll get rid of Battlefield. On Green Plains. Army soldier wearing green uniform. Probably doesn't matter where he is. No? Still doesn't like that? Okay, yeah, I have a feeling that we're gonna run into some problems generating army-themed images on this. Like with guns and stuff, it's not gonna like that. So, I might actually pivot back to the, I think Soldier Violet. No, we used Soldier before. We had, the prompt before was video game cartoon army soldier. Pixel 8-bit green color palette. Isolated on white background. So I don't think that it's soldier. And even if it is, you know, I don't want to get into the weeds too much on, oh, we can't use this word, can't use this. So I think I am just going to pivot back to the high fantasy theme. Because we were getting cool results with that anyways. So let's give that another shot. So, okay, let's bring our thing back up here. So we'll make this, one idea that I had was for each of the points cards to be like lands, like territories that are worth points, or you can discard them to do the effects. And that could be in keeping with the elements as well. Although then we're making 48 different ones. We're not going to do that. Let's just, yeah, let's just come up with some different things here. You know what? Honestly, we're just going to start going. All right. High fantasy swordsman hero dashing into battle in dynamic action pose. Uh, let's give it some color palette constraints. Let's just say vibrant color palette. Guess we already had the vibrant color box checked, so maybe it doesn't do anything. Yeah, here we go. Now we're talking. Let's grab this. It does seem to be defaulting back to this color palette that I gave it the first time. I don't know if it keeps track of previous prompts and tries to incorporate them into new ones, but I want to see what happens if we tell it, like, red and white color palette. Oh yeah, that gives us some new stuff. These are all looking kind of Assassin's Creed-y now, though. Not the worst thing. That one's kind of cool. Give it another shot. Oh, yeah. James, this is Adobe Firefly. So, that's what we're working in today. Let's change up the color palette. Let's try blue and white. We'll switch up the weapons here shortly, too. Start getting some variety. Come on, that's just... that's too cool. We'll grab that, too. All right, let's try Archer Hero. Not dashing into battle. Let's try like mid-air leap. Dynamic action pose. Let's go like green and hold on. Green and yellow. Yeah, I'm actually remembering now that in my experience, AI has a really hard time with bows for some reason. That's actually pretty good. but a lot of the times it gives you like this weird wire stuff kind of going everywhere. It doesn't know what to do with like the different stages of bows, I think. So let's maybe stay away from archers, actually. Let's do like a knight with an axe. Spear or polearm, yeah, we'll come back to that. Heavy knight. Wielding giant axe in powerful action motion. Let's just pick some colors. Blue and purple, dark color palette. Oh yeah. Yeah, that's pretty good. All kind of similar. Let's do, let's see what happens if we tell it. Well, actually, we have lighting options here. Yeah, let's tell it to do backlighting. In other AI software, not softwares, models, I like to use rim light as a keyword. Let's see if that helps paired with the backlighting option here. What's the word? Yeah, we'll try dynamic. Yeah, it's like the same thing. This Adobe Firefly seems to... I don't know why it's doing it, but it seems like it gives me the same image. Yeah, see, look at this. All this is, like, almost identical. What if we tell him that he's swinging the axe now? And what if we give some background information? Go ruined castle in the background. Ruined castle under moonlit sky in the background. See if that gives us anything different. Now, see, it's still, like, basically the same guy. That is cool. Don't get me wrong, that is very cool. We will grab that. Alright. Well, whatever. Let's do some new ones. Yeah, high fantasy... attempt to describe the armor. Yeah, we'll describe the armor for the next guy. I want some, like, less intimidating guys, though, for the lighter, lower ranked cards. So, you know what? Actually, what I want first is, like, some magic. So let's do, like, wizards and stuff. High fantasy, wizard, casting, fireball, spell, Uh, in with powerful action pose, I guess. I don't know, it feels too samey, but we'll just see what this gives us. That's kind of cool. Although that is like almost exactly the same thing as this. Wait, no, here's our moonlit one. You see that? That's crazy. Interesting. Very interesting. I do think we'll grab that, though, because that's pretty cool. Oops. Let's move away from the purple and blue color palette. Burning red color palette. Get rid of this, too. Let's come up with a new background. Volcano Stronghold. Oh, yeah. That's pretty sick. Let's grab that. Okay, so this is one thing I'm noticing with all of these is that they're like center punch. They're exactly centered in the frame, which I don't. It's fine actually for what we're doing. But what I was talking about earlier, with the other models that incorporate negative prompts, I love that because then you can tell it like, don't put it centered in frame, or like don't include text or, you know, borders around it or whatever. But unfortunately, there's no option for that here. I wonder if maybe we just type it out. It'll stop doing it. If we say like, not centered. See if that changes anything. Nope. It's like literally the same images that we just got. That kind of makes me wonder how this is coming up with these images. Is that any different? It's slightly different. This one's better. But whatever. Okay, yeah, let's get some more. So we got a fire wizard. Let's maybe get like a lightning one. Casting. Bolt. Lightning bolt spell with powerful action pose. Yeah. Would be a good location for this. Stormy mountain top in background. Let's say bold. bright cyan and dark navy shadows. I wonder if maybe we have too many tags on this, and that's why it's giving us the same thing over and over again. So we're going to clear out all of this except for concept art. I wonder if we even need art. That's probably important to have art. Let's try it again without it. Hey, Dave. Thanks for tuning in. Thank you. Yeah, it is looking pretty cool. We're going to see what we can get here. Okay, that's cool. I do kind of like that he doesn't have a face. Yeah, that's a good point, Travis. Maybe we don't need to get all of this done right now. We have been sitting here for a while. Yeah, you know what? That's a good point. Let's move on. We can come back to this. So, we're back in InDesign now. And just to kind of get a real rough idea of what we've got right now, let's start dragging some of this artwork in here. Proportionally, yeah. Oh yeah, we're gonna need to edit some of this as well. All right, so obviously he's not going to be called mechanized anymore. Wait, isn't that a Marvel character actually? Yeah. I don't know. Heavy Knight. We're going to have to change this font too. Okay, I think what I would like to do now is Moonraker, yeah, nice. I think what I want to do now is actually get into Illustrator and work on this card layout a little bit. So let's do that. Let's open up Illustrator. Now we're good. Okay. So this is our card size. First thing we want to do is bring the border back. And then we'll duplicate this. And go ahead and round the corners. Except, how do we do that? Oh, right, it's just this. Something like that. Okay, that's its own layer. Go ahead and lock it, because we don't want to mess with that anymore. I'm going to open up our InDesign thing and put this up on the other screen. Let's actually take a second to look at some other card designs and see what we like, what we don't like. Gonna drag this over. So this is just trading card art. This is kind of cool. This looks cool. Yeah, this is essential, Travis. Gotta look at reference images. This is kind of fun. Minimal. Ooh, have I tried using the AI art generator for designing the layout of a card? No, you could give it a shot. I feel like that sort of thing, though, is better done manually just because, you know, it's so precise and so specific to your needs in creating the card. Maybe we could make like a nice starting point, but I enjoy doing it myself anyways. I mean, the main reason that I would do anything with AI is because it's like something that I feel like the AI can do better than I can do, at least in the time available. But I feel like it doesn't take that long to make a card layout like this. And we can do a pretty good job of it. Okay, we're kind of getting into the weeds here. Let's bring it back up. Yeah, so we've got, oh, this is cool. That's pretty cool. This is cool. Let's kind of go for, I don't love the art here. Let's go for something that kind of looks like that. Oh, I like this too, though. What I like about this is the sort of transparent text box that they've got there. So maybe that's something we'll try to implement. Yeah, let's I think we've got enough to work with here. All right, we've got some ideas. So let's do, let's start with a name banner up at the top. And I'm actually going to open up again our InDesign document just to refamiliarize ourselves. We need a name, a number, a text box down here that gives us the type and the text. I think actually you could probably move the number. Oh, and the suits as well. Suits, or we were going to use stars for the Advanced Wars theme. I'm not sure how applicable that is anymore. Maybe it still is. Yeah. Yeah, okay. I have an idea. I've got it down. All right, so let's do a box here. And let's get rid of the stroke. And also, just for reference, we are going to bring in a new layer down here and just drop in some card art, since we're going to be working with transparencies, opacity, that sort of thing. We want to see kind of what this is going to look like. Drop that down to this layer. Go ahead and lock this layer. What happened to our box? Okay, that's right. It's just empty. Okay. So, make that white. Or, you know, let's get a little colorful. A little bit of that. A little bit of this. 15.5. Do we like the warm color? We want to go kind of cool instead. Let's try cool instead. Let's do 10, 5, 5. Yeah, that's good. And let's kind of give this some flair here. Copy and paste. Let's round these two to something like that. Can you drag this in? What happens if you go out? You can't. Okay. That's fine. Let's add some points on here. Maybe like that. What? Didn't get that point. Come back. Let's go kind of like this. We wanted some curvature. We wanted to kind of curve in an opposite way. Just like that. Great. Okay, we want to mirror this. There's probably a good way to do this, but I don't know it. So instead what I'm going to do... Oops, hold on. Let's fix this up a little bit. Can we, just drag That's good. That's what we want. Sorry, this is probably a little too finicky. But, gotta do it right. Whatever, good enough. So now let's we're gonna chop this in half, basically. Gonna go subtract, copy, paste, object, reflect, I think is what we want. Yeah, great. And now we'll come back in and make sure those are right on top of each other. And add it back together again. Cool. Now it's nice and mirrored. Let's give it a stroke, but actually we're going to do something different for this. We're going to paste it in place and then give the behind one the stroke. Not quite that much. Maybe like that. I'll try 2. Let's try 1.5. Great. And now let's give this opacity 80. And of course you're not going to see the opacity because this one still has, yeah, that's what we want. And now let's, maybe 80 is too little. Let's go 90. And then let's adjust this stroke. Really what we need to do here is change this into a shape. Object, expand. Great. Now, because what we want to do is give it a gradient. And let's kind of go like this. Bump this up to like 20. Make this like 60. Yeah, that looks nice. Except maybe we want to flip it. So that would be -90. Yeah, that's pretty cool. Actually, I think I like it better the other way. I like the shadow on top. Alright, so that's where the name's going to go. And I think we also actually want to add some texture on top of that. So let's go back into Photoshop real quick. Thousand by 1,000. And we'll just generative fill. Make like a organic noise texture. Oh. Black and white. Texture map. That's probably more what we want. Although we probably could have just made that black and white. Would have worked just as well. That's kind of fun. Oh, not black and white. What we want is grayscale. You know what? This is honestly pretty good. I think we're just going to try to work with this. Just change it to black and white. Mess with the levels a little bit. This is just going to get splashed onto the text box so that there's not just a solid color. Take the contrast down. That's probably good. And let's give it some blur. Gaussian blur. Oh, wait. Gotta bake it first. Yeah, let's try 1. Let's try 2. 2. Alright. Organic noise. Texture. Okay, so now what we're going to do is go in here and grab that texture that we just made and apply it on top of this, but we want to put on a new layer first. How do we do this actually? Oh, it's clipping mask, right, clipping mask. Okay, so this needs to get cut out of that. So we want that, I think? No. Other way around. This gets cut out of that. That. No. Still not what we want. Shoot. This? Any of these? Are any of these going to do anything? No? Okay. Interesting. Interesting. Well, time for a quick Google search. Okay. Sorry, I'm just doing a little quick reading off to the side here. Looks like we need to group them. Above. Okay. Select the clipping path and objects you want to mask. Go to Object, Clipping Mask. Where's that? Clipping Mask, Make. Aha, perfect. There we go. So now we're just gonna change the blend mode on this to what? Darken? Overlay? Soft light, color dodge. All this work just for like a tiny little bit of difference, huh? Multiply. Let's stick with multiply and let's just bring the opacity down. Okay, now we're talking. Let's make it a little bigger too. Cool. All right, now let's do this all again for the bottom box. Make sure this is the same size. Good. Okay, and let's so what I want is this same sort of thing. Oops, not that. Which one do I want? This, I think. Yeah, that's what we want. Except we want it this way. We want it like this. This is where the type of card is going to go. Make sure we got it centered. Looks good. I think we should be able to just no, actually okay, gonna have to get a little complicated here. So we're gonna go. We need to duplicate it because we're gonna combine these, but we need to maintain this shape so that we can give it a stroke. So we'll go like that, and now I think that means that this, yeah, okay, great. So this one, turn off. Nope. This one. Turn off the fill. Give it a stroke. Bump that up. Make sure it's outside. I think we did 1.5 on the last one. Stick with that. And this should actually be 100%. Okay, now this whole thing is also going to get copied and have the same thing done. No fill, black stroke, outside, 1.5. 100%. Okay, now we're talking. That's the effect I was looking for. Very cool. Great. So now let's make a spot for the power, which I think is going to sit right up here, and a spot for the type, which is going to sit right here. Oh, let's also give this thing the same clipping mask treatment that we gave this other one. So if I remember how to do this, yeah, that comes all the way up here. And then it goes like, that's on top, this is on bottom. That object, clipping mask, make. Nope. Maybe this needs to be full. Maybe it needs to be... Okay. Interesting. So like this, then this, object, clipping mask, make. Oh, right, it's because I don't have the other one down below it still. Right. So that goes below. Then we go like this. Then we go like this. Then we go like this. And now we've got the effect. Excellent. And now we can come in here and drop this back down to 24 and change this back to multiply. Okay. Okay. I think we're good. And we want to make sure that all of this... where's that stroke coming from? Because we don't want that applied to the stroke. Okay, there's that. Move that up here. Great. And we'll just do the same gradient with this that we did with the other ones. So just need to get hold on. Okay, that's right. Let's go -90. I think we had this at 20, and this at 60, 67. The same thing for this one. $20. 67. -90. And let's actually bring that above this one. Cool. All right, I'm liking this. Now we need a space for the power, or the number, and the suit. So, start with a circle, I guess. It's gonna be too big. What is this thing that keeps... Oh, right. It's my clipping mask. Alright. Let's lock both of these. Just so we don't have to mess with that anymore. Okay, what would be really cool is if this sort of followed the curvature of that circle. That's going to take some finagling, though. I don't know if we have time today to mess with it that much. Power, suit. How are we feeling about that? I think that's going to work. Should they be different colors? Should this be color-coded, maybe? I don't think it needs to be. Let's just give this the same treatment that the other one did. Thanks, Travis. Glad you're still hanging out. I think we're finally starting to get somewhere with this. So let's now let's delete this first. Paste that in. Turn off the fill for this one. Turn off the stroke for this one. Come back up here, 90%. Is that even coming through? Oh, we did the wrong one. Okay, that needs to be 90. This one needs to be 100. And then we'll give the same clipping mask treatment to both of these. Nope. All right, unlock this. And go ahead and lock it again. So we don't have to mess with that. I need to copy, paste. Nope. Yeah, that was right. No, it wasn't right. Copy that. Paste in place. Copy this. Paste in place. Okay. Select that. Select this object. Clipping mask. Make. There we go. And now we'll just duplicate all of this. Okay. I kind of feel like these should have black borders around them instead of the gradient. Let's just see what that looks like. No, that looks better. I think we can shrink them a little bit though. Something like that. All right, I'm happy with it. So let's turn off this background and let's unlock all our stuff here, including that. And now let's select everything in both of these and group them. And now we've got one nice group that we can export. So pop open this window, drag all this in there. We have a nice card background that I think should work correctly. Let's see what we get here. 1 times, I'm pretty sure that's going to be right. Okay, back into InDesign. We're actually going to delete everything except for the text. Delete all this. Come back in here. Should be exactly the right card size. Let's find out though, moment of truth. Oh yeah, look at that. Oh wait, no, that's tiny actually. Hold on. I don't know what kind of resolution settings I messed up with on this one, but we're just going to override it manually by telling it to give us 750 width. Yeah, that should be right. So now come back in here. Update that. There we go. Yeah, that's looking nice and crisp. Okay, so drag this. Should be down below everything except, should be above the image, below the text. So there we go. That's what we want. Lock it down. Start messing with our text again. Get this all back in place. So that's going to go like roughly over there. It's going to come up a little bit. These, not sure what we're going to do with these. Maybe we'll just go with stars. Let's mess with the fonts. And let's make it let's try white with black stroke. Looks pretty good. Except the stroke is maybe a little thick. Put it down to 0.75, 0.5. The same thing with the number. Probably change that to leap as well. And black stroke, white text, 0.5. Actually, I like the thicker stroke on that one. Cool. And I actually still kind of like the anybody font for this stuff down here. Maybe not for this. Let's get something a little wider for that. I guess we just... We're not going to make it all leap, but obviously this can't be leap. But the one up there probably can. We can even bump this up to like 125 width. Yeah, that looks cool. And let's do the same thing. Let's go white text, black stroke, 0.75, 0.5. It does kind of feel weird for all the text to be white except for the text on the card. Let's just mess around with this. Well, white outline, would that be enough? No, that's still jarring. Okay. So, last thing we need to do is figure out what we're doing about this, these things over here. We could just use an icon font. In fact, that does sound easy. Bust out good old Pierre Dingbats. $36. All right, so yeah. Good enough. Yeah, let's once again change this to black outline, white stroke. And then we could have like a star one, and we could have like a burst one. One of those, maybe. I guess, do we have the... If we have like the playing card suits in this font, we could just do that. I like that. That looks kind of cool. Let's pick some fonts now. Pick some symbols. Use this one. Should we use the star? Okay. Oh, we'll go with you on this one, Travis. That it should just be numbers of things. pick a good symbol. I guess the star is really the best one. And yeah, let's see if we shrink this down. That 1 star. Something like that. So it'll be what 1 star looks like, 2 stars, 3 stars, 4 stars. Works for me. All right, so let's go in and make that adjustment on our spreadsheet here. I'll put it under this soup thing. Oh, let's change all the fire to H. Earth becomes HH. Lightning becomes HHH. And water is HHH. H. Okay, so I think we're good here. Oh, except we need to name the cards. We won't do that yet, though. We might just manually plug in the images and names. Although we could do it in this. Let's do it here. Put all our images in a folder here. A little bit of file management. So how many images do we have to work with here? One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. All right, we'll just do the first 6. So this will be... Which one of these do I like more? That one or this one? Kind of think that's cooler. Let's do that. Just a quick refresher of all the images we've got. Okay. Let's plug them in.
That's not my business.
So I'm just copying and pasting in the file names so that the data merge that we're about to run here can pull the images. Probably we should have named these a little bit better. Okay, so we're going to be missing 4 images from each suit. Maybe at the end here we can go back in and make a few more. But just to try this out, let's go and download this. Come in here. Start plugging it all in. That is going to be the name. This is the points. This is the type. This is the text. And this is suit. Preview. Very good. Oh, we need to do the image as well. Okay. And there we go. You can see that it's pulling the images, making our cards for us. We'll have to go in and manually adjust where these cards sit in a bit, but for the most... Oh, did I miss a image here? What did I put for 6? One, two, 3, 4, 5, 6. Oh, is it? Huh. That's weird. Not sure why it's skipping a card there. Should be the draw 2 cards, and then after that comes the draw a card and play it immediately. Oh. We're missing that. No. There's just a blank card in there. Weird. We'll figure that out later. For now, let's make a little sheet of these. Go and preview that. Yep, that's looking good. Okay, we're gonna have some overset text here, but that's all right. And now, here are our cards. Looking pretty cool. I like it. So now we obviously have some manual editing to do. So we would come in here and adjust the position of these images. till we're happy with each of them. That looks pretty good already, actually. But yeah, these are pretty cool. I don't know what you guys think about it, but it's a pretty cool little package to be able to put together in just an afternoon here. It looks pretty good. It's pretty good as is too. Yeah. Here, let's turn the display performance up a little bit. Yeah. It's cool stuff. Still, I'm not sure what's going on with this blank card here. I'll have to go back in and try to check that out on my own time. Oh, and we have to go in and give these guys names as well, huh? So we'll just do it manually. Kind of like Heavy Knight, Veteran Soldier. You know, Gladiator, so on and so forth. But yeah, I want to play with this now. Maybe we'll let's see, what kind of time are we looking at here? We're a little over 2 hours, but I kind of want to print these. Keith is typing to me in the chat. Don't forget to change the apostrophes. The what? Oh, yeah. Yeah, you're right. Yeah, look at that. Interesting.
Always a bugaboo.
Yep.
Always seems to get us.
Okay, so I think what I might do here is actually go in and make a few more images just to finish this out and to have a full set. Yeah, we're going to do that. Why not? So we need... I also need to figure out why it's doing an extra card there. Is it doing it for every... Yeah, there's the other one. And there's another one. Travis, if you're still hanging out in here, I don't know if you might have any ideas why that would be happening. Just throwing a random extra card in there between cards. But, okay, we're not going to worry about that too much. We're going to go in and make 4 more images. I might replace some of these other ones as well. Because, like, these two look pretty similar. Those two look pretty similar. But, yeah, let's see what we can do. Have to see the data sheet again. It's not a big deal. I mean, here's the data sheet. It looks like it's popping up between these two rows. You don't need to troubleshoot this for me. I just thought maybe it might have a quick fix. But yeah, it seems like it thinks there's an extra row in between these two rows for some reason. Don't know why. But like I said, not a big deal. What is a big deal is the art that we're making, that we're generating, rather. Let's go back in and make some more of this. Oh, I need to stretch. Okay. So let's get like a king and a queen going. Concept art illustration of high fantasy king. King. Wearing battle armor. Sitting in throne room. Red and yellow color palette. Gold, red and gold. Bright and dark shadows. Oh, yeah. That's pretty good. Let's, This doesn't look quite as rough as some of our other ones do, though. So let's change this to rough, painterly concept art. I don't like that it just gives us the same ones. I mean, that is pretty good. I feel like that's going to fit better on the card. Grab that. Okay, now let's get a queen. Doesn't seem like the not centered in frame thing is really doing anything for us. That's alright. That's pretty cool. Yeah, we're gonna grab that. It's pretty cool too, though. So is that, honestly. All right, so that's two more. Let's get like I don't know. Should we get some monsters? Uh, ugh. I like what that's giving us. Oh, you know what? I think our printer technician just got here. So I might have to step away for a minute. Might have to wrap up the stream. Or we can just keep going. And he'll be in the background. um, what to do? Yeah, you know, I think I am actually going to wrap it up here. Oh, Travis has to keep it going. I do want to keep it going. We'll keep it going. All right. You guys will just have to put up with the chaotic environment that's about to unfold here.
It's working except for one trade that's a back order, of course.
There you are. Let me know if you need anything or I can
Okay.
help.
Yeah, as soon as you get done, you definitely want to send a test print and see if we can.
Yeah.
I think I put the one that was probably when we compare them, see if it make a difference.
Yeah, we've been trying to muddle on, but we've been seeing some. It's not getting better, put it that way.
Wouldn't expect that it would.
Yeah, they don't fix themselves.
I know.
Somehow.
I'd be looking for a job if they fix
Yes,
themselves.
right. I don't think that's ever going to happen.
Nope.
Okay, yeah. I think I'm gonna have to go in and mess with some of these images instead of doing them all one by one. So we're gonna do that real quick. So this is the right size. Fine. There we go. Mm-hmm.
Is Travis still watching?
I think so.
Cool. Hey, Trav.
You're not quite on camera.
That's
But-
alright. I'm just kind of lurking on camera.
Yeah, you can see in the corner there. That's where you are.
Don't let the tech guy leave without checking to make sure everything's working.
Okay. Sounds good, Travis. Thanks for hanging out. Bob, hey, well, glad you could join the chat. Welcome in. We're working on. That's actually a good question. Probably should bring it up for the people that are just now tuning in. We're doing a retheme of a classic. I don't know how classic it is. I hadn't heard of it before, but it's called Cuttle. Travis alerted me about it over email the other day, and I thought it looked really cool. So it's just like a game that you play with a standard deck of playing cards. And yeah, it's like the predecessor to Magic the Gathering and Pokemon. There's all kinds of battle card games. It plays in a similar way. So anyway, we're taking the text that from the rules that you usually have to reinterpret and apply to your standard deck of playing cards, and putting it onto the cards and sort of turning it into a more polished package. Kind of really what we're doing is walking you guys through the card design and layout and production process. Get a sense for what that all looks like around here. So yeah, we're kind of in the final stages of it. I'm just polishing up the artwork that we generated earlier in the stream, getting it ready to put onto the cards, and then we're gonna run the data merge here shortly, bring it into Tabletop Simulator, and maybe try to play a game or two. So that's what's going on.
send the test.
All right. Let's
This is the one we did last time. So
yeah, let's do that one again. What year is that? That's the 2013 set. Can I move this?
sure.
Is that it? That's empty. We're gonna toss this, right?
No,
That's got a unit.
It's got the old one.
Oh, the old unit's in there. Way. Oh, we have to wait a second for this to. It takes a minute or two to connect to the server.
There's a, you guys see me keep looking over here to the side. There's a frog that's found its way into our window well.
Is there another frog in there? Oh gosh, look at that.
I don't know if you guys can see this. Check this out. Oops. You see him sitting there? He's just hanging out. Got a little friend working with me today. We'll get him out of there in just a second once the stream's over.
Picture?
The picture?
I mean, did you show the frog?
Yeah, he's on camera right now.
I think it's the same frog.
Yeah, but this has happened before. There's
Like the fourth time we fished him out of there. You think he'd learn. I guess he just keeps jumping. Keeps falling down.
First, second floor, we got squirrels like doing visitor cats, and the cat shack goes to the last of the squirrels.
It's funny. Alright, already, come on. Is there a reason we stopped perfing these basketball cards?
Huh?
Is there a reason we stopped perfing these basketball cards? Or?
Oh, no, I think well, they get cut, not perfed. I think we swapped the modules out.
Alright, I'm ready to look at this. Let's see. Let's go to the 2013.
Yeah, there's that blank card again that's weird. Okay. Yeah, he's totally in, yeah. That's funny.
Is there?
We're gonna add names to these as well real quick before we run this.
Up against the rollers, I don't know if I can do that.
So one can be heavy light.
That looks very nice.
Two is veteran. Three is
That's pretty good. The 88 looks a little goofy, but that's alright.
conqueror.
Looks like it's fine.
How do you spell that? Nah, whatever.
Maybe look at that
Gladiator.
one, just jittering a little bit when I was.
Yeah.
That's one of the things they say when you start running heavy stack jittering. It's probably show up.
Four is
If you're just running normal papers.
Sam, do you want to double check everything?
yeah. Let me. Sorry, I'm gonna have to step away for a second and go check this printer out real quick. Be right back.
Here's the NASCAR ones. This is the Coops one. What else have we had that we? What was the thing we had? The
Yeah,
yellow
we're gonna try
signature?
the college hoops playoff cards.
Yes, let's try that. Do you want? This is 80 pound.
Yeah, we'll put the 100-pound in. did that on a lot of things. We'll be able to tell.
Okay. You printing like the whole thing?
Yes. 5 pages.
On when these cutter tools, it's like any issues with light path will be askew. Those look fine. Those look very good. Moment of truth.
No.
No
No.
problem.
It's doing it. The red line.
It's funny, it's only on that page, or it seems to be on that page. Now
Well, it's on the same pages every time that we do it.
Yeah.
So I don't know how it's getting thrown off, but
Try it on an 8-pound. See if it does the same thing. See if it's a paper issue.
okay.
I mean, wouldn't that be a...
What do you think? Would that have anything to do with it?
I'm a little mystified where that line's coming from.
Okay. Let me give it another shot.
That's just the line that it,
Yeah, it's not on every sheet, but it is, it's always like...
it's almost it's like the same spot every time.
Yeah, it's on the same... I can show you the card, I think, unless I threw it away. Let me see if I didn't throw it away. I think it's... Yeah, here it is. The Saint right on Bruzel. Poor guy. Doesn't get any love. But it's done it like 3 or 4 times now.
It seems like it's pretty consistent. See, it seems that it's there. It's
Yeah, it just gets way off. This looks good. I can't imagine why it would do that. And because then it doesn't return on the next page to... Yeah, it seems to be pretty good on here. And then it starts to get off again. I hate that we're wasting toner and paper and prints, but I'd like to get to the bottom of it if we can.
So once again, the first 2 pages look fine, but
There it is. Same thing.
Yep.
next thing I'll probably try is try a transfer roller. Maybe it's that rollers. It's funny, it's at that same spot.
Yeah.
The fact is that the other ones, it's this is one, just this one. The other ones, it's doing okay on.
There's other files that we've printed that have had a similar issue. I'm trying to think of which ones. It doesn't.
But it's not consistent. Like everything you run, it doesn't do it like every time.
No,
Not
as you can see, it
everything.
doesn't.
Like that one.
That page is
That's-
fine.
Kind of leave me that the print head's probably fine. So I think the next step is maybe another transfer roller in and see if transfer roller and thinking maybe look at the feed rollers on the I mean, unless it's having problems feeding and it's actually changing speeds when it hits that end of the paper. It seems like it's almost that exact same spot that it.
Yeah, it does seem like that. Yeah. Trying to think if there's anything else we have a good example of that it's done that on.
We
I mean,
try
well,
the 10
you can
is-
see it on this. So we already cut this, but it was printed on a 12 by 18 page, and then we had like this one as well. So these two, I don't know if it's exactly these two, but it prints 2 to a page, and you can tell that on one half of the page, it's that line, probably in about the same spot that it is on there. This one that gets printed on the other half of the page seems fine. So I know it's not the best example, but just
Well,
kind of
I mean, it's gonna keep going through the list of parts until we find out which ones that.
okay.
That transfer roller seems. Well, like I say, until I try it, I can definitely have to.
All right.
It's usually that it looks like when they image gets laid down on the transfer belt, that's usually where you end up with. Oh, this is Phil. 8.
Hey guys, I'm back for a second. In the middle of working on some printer stuff, but I wanted to come just check back in. I might go ahead and shut this down in the meantime. I think we're getting close to the end of it anyways. Hey Jake, thanks for tuning in. We're using a variety of softwares today. This is InDesign. We were in Photoshop earlier. We were using Adobe Firefly, which is like a web-based AI art generation thing. This is just Google spreadsheets. So we've kind of been all over the place. But we did a little bit of work in Illustrator. So kind of been all over the place. I don't know how long this print thing is going to take. I would like to get this onto Tabletop Simulator before wrapping up here. It's almost 4. I think we'll have enough time. But yeah, let me... I'm just going to hang out until we're ready to get back to work on this print thing. Shouldn't be too long, but I have a few free moments here. So we're just naming the guys right now. Need a name for this guy and this guy. All of these. You know what? We're gonna chat GPT this.
Okay. Yeah, I'm ready for my show Sunday. Maybe I'll actually have a show this time. I have one on Monday night got postponed. Oh, really? Oh, yeah, probably. Yeah, you do. Okay, bye.
Never mind, these are bad. Those names are not gonna work. You know what? Maybe we just won't do names. We'll come back to the names. Oh, shoot. There we go.
Hey, Kevin. Oh, I'm trying to get out of here, but looks like I might need a transfer roller unit for like the 808 and C759s. Yeah, the A795R 7360. Yeah, and drop off. I'm off Monday, so anytime you can drop off Monday or Tuesday. Love me. Is that the one off on Oakland Street? Oh, why'd they send that to you? Yeah, that's what I'm setting it up. Yeah, that should be me. Oh boy. Yeah, I'll pull it out of there. Yeah, I saw them setting it up. I'm like, oh, I'm the first one. Lucky me. Oh, for like the bottom tray, or? Yeah, they're fine. You have to take out. Yeah. I know, you gotta like get like a little stubby screwdriver, get in there. And... Yeah, I don't actually think. I know there's like a plate you gotta take out, and you gotta take off tray 1 and 2 to get down to it. Yeah, Yeah, you have to take the whole. Yeah. I thought we got past that. I thought we got past that. But, no. Yeah, A7, I can text you the part number if you want. No, don't check for anything. I know. But yes, I'm off on. So yeah, I'm off Monday, so by Tuesday we cool. Alright. Alright, will do. Alright, thanks. Bye. Okay, looks like one of the text has the roller, so I'll get that from you. I'm off on Monday, but I'll try to get back out here on Tuesday.
Alrighty.
See if we can track this down. That's a weird problem.
Yeah. Sounds like you don't see it that often.
Nope, this is where that line's at, and it's not consistent with every print. That's what makes it weird. If it's consistent in every print,
Yeah.
that would make more sense.
What about the skew on the tray feed? Is that got a separate issue that you'll look at later?
Oh, yeah, that's like another issue I can keep looking at and see. Is it just out of the bypass, or is that
Just the bypass, correct. I wouldn't have any problem with these drawers.
I might look at, even though the feed rollers are good, and maybe I'll throw in some new feed rollers. First, because that's another possibility I thought of. If it's problem feed, man, I would expect it, like, again, it happened at all. Oh, it's not just that certain color, but
Yeah.
that's what's a little bit funny.
Yeah, it's hard to figure out how that could be happening.
No, I'll keep chasing it. We'll get it figured out.
Yeah, that's why they pay the big bucks.
Yeah.
You can figure these tough problems out.
I shall return.
All right.
Alrighty.
Thanks for the help, Phil.
Yeah.
Appreciate it.
Yeah, I would appreciate you coming in on a late Friday. You got a zillion things to do.
Yeah, I didn't get to all the ones I was hoping to get to that. But UPS yesterday threw me off because they're supposed to deliver a couple of parts and they didn't.
All right, back to talking like normal again. Didn't want to bother Phil too much. Phil's our print technician. He was out here working on our printer, which, as you guys might know, is a bit under the weather at the moment. So anyway, Phil was out here. Wanted to stay quiet for the most part and let him do his job. But now we're back, and we are about ready to load all this stuff into Tabletop Simulator and give it a quick little play, I think. So I'm just finishing up. Gonna run some quick math on how big to make this document here. Actually, I don't. This can just be 24.5. That's good. We just need to crop this so that Photoshop doesn't give us extra cards. Photoshop, Tabletop Simulator. Oh, we should make a card back for this too. That would be cool. Cuttle, redo, TTS. Let's grab this as well. Alright, here's where we left off last time. We actually don't need any of this stuff. So we're going to delete it all. Load in a new deck. Yes. Select this. That. Back. Open that. The width is 10, the height is how tall is this? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. The number is 48. Is this still loading? Oh, okay. Should be good. So... Alright. One of these days we'll make a back for these. Oh, yeah. Check that out. How cool is that? How cool is that? Very cool. Alright, I guess we could try to play a game here. So, how does this play? I mean, we'll just have to play it open-handed with ourselves. Oh, hey, Travis, welcome back. You're going to love this. These cards are looking super cool. We're in Tabletop Simulator now. And, got all the cards out here. And, man, they're pretty sweet. Pretty cool stuff. Oops. Okay, yeah. Yeah, we do have to name the heroes. That's true. Yeah, that would have been really cool. Maybe we can do that next time, Travis. Maybe we can get a live game going of this next week. Next Friday. That'd be really cool. In the meantime, though, I'm going to try to play just like a quick sample, open-handed version of this to kind of show off how it works. Here's my rules. Okay, so shuffle this up. And I'll be the dealer, so I get 6 cards to myself. 3, 4, 5, 6. And they get 1. I'll just place theirs face down. 3, 4, 5. Okay, so they would get to play first, I think. You can either draw a card. You know what? This is not actually not going to be any fun playing against myself. This is the kind of game where playing it open-handed just kind of defeats the purpose. So, tell you what, we will go ahead and wrap up the stream here. Travis is saying something. Hit the H key to hide the thumbnails. What, this? What thumbnails? Oh, that? If I'm not... Okay. Yeah, that's good to know. I haven't played a lot in Tabletop Simulator, so this will be a learning experience next Friday. But let's try to do that for real. That would be a lot of fun. So yeah, I'm going to wrap things up here, and then next Friday we will revisit this and try to play a game with Travis. That'd be a good time. All right, so let's see. And we're just going to go ahead and wrap up. Bring things over here. Yeah, thanks everybody for tuning in today. Hope you enjoyed this extra long segment of Game Garage. What are we at, like 3 hours, 15 minutes now or something? That's crazy. That's a long stream. But I appreciate you guys sticking around. Hopefully it was entertaining for you. I had a really good time. Sorry I had to duck out kind of in the middle there towards the end. But our printer is one step closer to being fixed now. And I think we got some really cool stuff done on this game here today. So, yeah, very cool. Thanks everybody again. Let me bump up the outro music here. And yeah, we will see you all next Friday for another episode of Game Garage. Thanks everybody. See you later.